got to get everything I can out of this body. All right, Monday morning. It is almost 6 o'clock and I'm about to head out for 7.5 miles. It is a new training block this morning. We are doing an 8-week speed block leading up to Tokyo, leading up to my Tokyo Marathon build. So for the last 10 weeks, we were just kind of running however we wanted. You know, a couple times a week we were going hard or moderate. Mostly we were going easy, and you know, I've been averaging probably about 7.5 to 8 hours a week of running, and you know, now we're ready to go. We're ready to focus. We lost about 12 pounds during that period as well. So you know, the weight loss wasn't geared towards performance. It was simply because, you know, I'm a dad and busy, and I want to stay on top of my health as much as I can right now, right? While the kids are young, because it's only going to get more difficult as they get older and they have more and more activities and different responsibilities. So, you know, I feel like, but I feel good. I feel like this is going to be a good training block. I'm very optimistic. It's starting to get cold. I don't think it's even 60 degrees right now outside. So, you know, more and more it's going to get cooler and cooler, and there's going to be more and more layers. So the hard part is waking up and running in the dark. Normally I'd just hop on the treadmill. But my wife has been absolutely crushing it and has been in her own deficit. And I think she's down like 15 pounds over that same time period, which is awesome. And she loves to run too and prefers the treadmill mostly right now. So on days like today, she'll be up here in a few minutes, and so she'll take the treadmill, and I'm heading outside. So it's going to be cold. It's going to be a long winter, but it is what it is. It's going to build, you know, some mental toughness for me for the marathon, and going to put me in a good spot. So anyway, going to try and take some clips throughout the day, show you a little bit of what a normal day might look like for me. Mondays and Tuesdays are always my busiest days of the week. So yeah, hope you enjoy the day, and let's get going. All right, we're about almost 3 miles in. Heart rate's chilling, legs feel good. We got some good recovery this weekend, so I'm happy about that. Saturday night, so Saturday to Sunday was probably the best night's rest that I've gotten in like months. And I don't think it's a coincidence that I ended my deficit and suddenly my body was like, hell yeah. So anyway, I also just got honked at crossing the street at a crosswalk with a signal for pedestrians. So it was a minivan, of course. Gotta love it. Let's keep moving. Sun's coming up. We're about 5.5 miles in. We'll go like one more and save a mile and a half for my warm up to upper body lift in the afternoon. And we're good, but feeling really good today. Legs feel good, legs feel recovered. I'm feeling glad that I stopped my long run at 12 miles. I feel like that was the right move. All right, that's 6.25 miles, but I gotta run inside. Gotta get my son up. It's time to get him to school. So I thought I was going to take more clips today, but if I'm being honest, whenever I try and showcase parts of my day, I forget. So I went into the office, did some work, drove home around lunchtime to get my midday workout in, and then I'm finishing up my workday from home. So it is what it is. That was the day. But I will say, so I'm not in a calorie deficit anymore. So like today I wasn't restricting at all,
and really was hyper focused on just making sure I eat enough. The area that I noticed the most with my workout was my lifting. Actually, I just didn't have the carbs, the calories to push myself on lifts. Just did an upper body workout right now and felt really strong, felt really good. My afternoon easy miles just to kind of warm up for the lift felt great. So all in all, I'm feeling good. I'm excited for tomorrow. First, track workout in a while. I haven't been to the track in a while, but first track workout for the 5K block, for the speed block. So let's go rip some 400s at faster than 5K goal pace.
All right, so as we know, training is never perfect. Today I woke up at 4:50, 4:55 to run to the track, only to hear just thunderclaps outside, like to the point where we thought something like had broken inside or collapsed. Both my wife and I woke up. We're like, "Did you hear that? What was that?" So I was gonna run over to the track and do a track workout, but it was not safe weather. So of course I fell back asleep, and now I've got like an hour to try and fit things in on the treadmill. So that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, I slept like terrible last night. It's fine. We've got our first speed workout of this block. We're gonna get it done. We're gonna get moving.
All right, 1 mile in to 3. We got 4 out of 12 repeats done. Gonna keep going, but whew, we're feeling it. We're feeling it. All right, there it is. Basically 5.5 miles. But man, I don't know if it's because it was on the treadmill, and top end speed I always struggle with on a treadmill. But holy crap. Whew. That one kicked my butt. My stomach is like churning a little bit because I was pushing hard. But we held paces that we wanted between like 5:40, 5:50 pace. It's just been a while since we've hit it that sharp, which makes sense. So I am tired. I am ready to rinse off, get to work. We'll do probably like 3 miles and a leg lift in the afternoon. But we got to call it here because it's time to get to work. All right, we are driving into work, and I probably just said it, but I just think it deserves to be said again. A very unperfect start to what will probably be a very unperfect speed and marathon training block, right? I don't think it's realistic to expect every single workout to go well. I don't think it's realistic to expect everything in your schedule to line up. I think so often you see these posts about people saying like, "Oh, I make time," and you can do it if you prioritize. You need to wake up early enough, or you need to do this, or blah blah blah. Look, there's some truth to like you will fit in what you value, you will fit in what you prioritize. But to be clear, like that prioritization should not, the prioritization of marathon training, the prioritization of speed work, in my opinion, especially if we're not a pro, right? Which I don't know that any pros are watching this, right? I highly doubt it. But like if you're not a professional, like I don't see any reason why all of that should come before the family. And that's maybe, don't get me wrong, like I'm a huge believer in taking care of your body, taking care of yourself. I would argue that marathon training and specific training for sport is beyond just taking care of yourself though, right? It's beyond just taking care of your health. Like I enjoy it a lot. It does help my mental health a ton, but I could probably also work out for like 45 minutes to an hour daily as opposed to like 12 hours a week, right? So that's where it'll be interesting to see how this goes. There's going to be days where, like today, I didn't get my cooldown in because I slept in because I was really, really tired. I had a really bad night's sleep, right? But I still had to take my son to school. I couldn't put that off, right? I can't just ditch responsibility. So you know, but what's nice is I ended up getting the workout portion of today's run. I'll get additional miles this afternoon, right? I'm lucky enough to have the flexibility to get a second workout most days during my lunch break. So, you know, things are going to be fine. But yeah, it's not perfect. I didn't get good sleep. I may or may not have thrown up in my mouth when I was taking a shower, because that wrecked me so bad. So yeah, we're driving into work. We're gonna get ourselves a bagel. It sounds like there's some Einstein's bagels, so that sounds amazing. And gonna get some hydration, just some carbs, man. Like, I thought I ate enough yesterday, and the scale was set at 170 still. After a couple of days of, you know, being off of the deficit, I'm still at 170, which is a little surprising, because normally, like, you start to eat more volume again and you do see that scale kind of come up a couple of pounds, which is totally fine, right? Like, it makes sense. It's mainly going to be water, right? You're going to just retain a little bit more water. So that's where I was a little surprised to stay level the last few days. So I may, especially with, you know, I'm pushing. I think the thing that not as many people talk about when it comes to calories, right, is like eating more calories, eating more carbs a lot of the time especially, gives you the energy to push harder in workouts, to push harder or move more throughout the day, consequently burning more calories. So, like, you know, it's funny, I was losing weight last year at a certain point when I was really sharpening for this one race. Was that last? No, I think it was 2 years ago. But either way, like, I was eating 2,800 calories and I was losing weight and I was getting really lean, but I was feeling phenomenal in the gym, right? So it's like my maintenance when I'm really pushing myself and working hard might be like 3,100 calories, 3,200 calories, right? Which, if you're trying to eat most of that clean, is really difficult, like really, really difficult. So just something to think about. But yeah, I mean, I feel crappy today because I just didn't sleep well. I got maybe like 5 hours of really bad sleep. I just couldn't fall asleep. But yeah, we're going. We're gonna have a good day today. Tomorrow will be a recovery day, right? We'll get a lower body lift this afternoon, and we'll go from there. It's 50 degrees out right now, and I don't know what that means from like a clothing standpoint. So we're going with a long sleeve. It's Wednesday. Gonna go out there for 5-6 miles easy. We'll do another probably 2 to 3 easy in the afternoon, but we'll see how this feels. The high is like 74 today, so fall is pretty much officially here. So 50 degrees, long sleeve shirt to start is great. Like 20-30 minutes in, and it's not too warm, but it's probably a little too much. It's overkill, so good to know. We're probably not in singlets anymore, but we're probably moving to t-shirts.
I don't want to do this run. Man, I've gotten pretty good sleep the last 2 days, but for some reason yesterday I just started feeling really, really tired. I woke up this morning, same thing. Really, really tired. I think it's so dark out now when I start my runs. It's just hard to get out in the dark. But we've got a float workout, 6:30 on, 7:45 off, for about 4 miles. Kind of dreading that, I'm not gonna lie. But we got the Megablast on foot. Gotta get going. It'll be a long day.
All right. Whew. We're on the cooldown. Very pleasantly surprised. None of those paces were difficult. And don't get me wrong, I'm breathing, I'm tired, but I could probably do 2 more. So it's a good freaking sign. Good freaking sign.
ASICS, what are we doing? What is this? And I mean that sincerely. What is this? Because you got the Superblast, that's your long run cruiser. You have the Sonic Blast, that's your plated trainer, and you have the Magic Speed, which is another plated trainer. So like, if we're going blast line, we get it, right? Sonic Blast, plated trainer. You got your Nova Blast, which is kind of like your daily, your lightweight trainer, even, right? It's kind of more of a daily trainer to me, but still, you got that daily option. Then this, and this is $225, mind you, which is criminal for a non-super shoe, non-plated shoe. I mean, the Superblast 2 at 200 was a hard pill to swallow at the time. Now it's kind of normal, but like 225, what are we doing? But also, what the hell? This is really good. I woke up and went to do a speed workout or a tempo workout, an on-off threshold workout, right? So I was supposed to hit 6:30 on, 7:45 off. And I was intimidated by that. I didn't know if I was going to be able to hold that based off of, I mean, the last time I was doing workouts like this, I had like a virus and was sick. So I don't really know where my fitness is. I just did 10 weeks of like general fitness, right? I didn't struggle one bit. I mean, I hit probably 620 average and 735 average. And like, yeah, I worked hard, but like was smooth, wasn't pressing, could probably do 2 to 3 more sets or reps. Like, holy crap. So I'm confused, but the shoe is nice. I will say, Superblast, I love the Superblast. It's still maybe my favorite shoe of all time, and it's still over the Megablast might be my favorite shoe of all time. I just like the slightly firmer foam. This feels Evo SL-esque, right? Very, very much like Evo SL. The difference is that this is more stable, right? And the upper is kind of more race-esque. But I like the Superblast 2 upper more, which is more daily trainer-esque, better lockdown. But I mean, this is definitely faster at faster paces. Like this is not an either or, this is a both. It's almost like if you're going like progression run, moderate, easy long run, just kind of cruising, Superblast. If you're wanting to do more of a long run workout, like Megablast, if you're going to be hitting more like tempo all the way down to like even 5K paces, Megablast, right? I'm not ready to say like I'd race a marathon or I'd run a marathon in the Superblast. I'd run a marathon in the Megablast. I think the Superblast for me just fits my stride better, but it feels faster. This one's pretty crazy. This one's a pretty crazy comparison. I don't really know what to do here on this. I'm only 2 runs into the Megablast, but damn.
We're just doing some shoe tester things. This is the kind of stuff sometimes that I do in my afternoon runs that I don't film. And it's also why sometimes there's just some discrepancies in my mileage for certain shoes. We are actually testing both the Superblast 2 and Megablast against each other, one on each foot, so that I can get a in real time feel for the differences between the two. The sound might be crap because I've got a fan, one sec. But yeah, so I'm just testing the 2 shoes against each other because I want to see, like, sometimes it's hard to remember what does a shoe feel like. Sometimes it's hard to go from shoe to shoe and be able to tell those minor differences. And so I want to feel in real time both of them at the same time. So, because I'm going to film later, probably this weekend, a Superblast 2 versus Megablast, so I want to test that out. So we're going to do some miles. I'll probably do like half a mile with both on foot like this, and then I'll switch it up. But yeah, just shoe tester things.
Saturday morning, it's like 6:30. We're just gonna go out for 10 to 12 miles. Yeah, it'll put us at 50 for the week. Just kind of ramping into the speed block. Things pick up pretty quickly next week, where we'll hit speed workout, a progression run, and a tempo run all in 1 week. And the thing I'm trying to figure out for next week is I actually fly on Saturday morning, which means I'm not going to be doing my run. And I just need to figure out how I'm going to do this or what makes the most sense. And so I'm thinking that maybe I shift everything next week to Monday, Wednesday, Friday, fly out on Saturday, And then maybe Sunday, when I don't normally run on Sunday, that's usually my rest day, I do a recovery run on Sunday. But it's going to be interesting. I'll be in town for most of next week. The week after that, I'm heading to North Carolina to visit some family. And then from there, I'm actually going to Portugal. So I'll be in Portugal for like 4 or 5 days. So we're in the speed block. At least we're not in the marathon block. Marathon training on vacation is rough, obviously, because with marathon training, you know, you can't just knock out one of your big workouts randomly always, you know, in the middle of nowhere. With marathon training, like oftentimes your big workouts are, you know, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 plus miles where you need 3 hours or so and you don't always know where to go. So at least with this, you know, I'm not as familiar with the roads in North Carolina. So like I can do shorter, faster, like workouts. Tempo run style stuff might be a little harder, but shorter, faster stuff should be okay. And then the same thing when I'm in Portugal, I know that at the very least the hotel has treadmills, which will be nice. But the question will be, and like I think my wife and I, because my wife will be with me, I think we'll do some exploring for like easy running, maybe just outside, right? Kind of tour the city on foot. That'll be fun. So we'll kind of see what things look like. But overall, it's going to be a busy next 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Then it's Halloween, then it's Thanksgiving, then it's TRE, then it's Christmas. And yeah, it just gets crazy busy. This time of year, to be honest, like as a kid was probably like my favorite. As an adult, probably one of my least favorites, just because work-wise it gets crazy. You know, travel-wise it gets crazy. I always end up traveling like 3-4 times between basically October and January. But time flies. Before I know it, we'll be in Tokyo next year. So got to get the training in, got to keep my head on straight, got to get it done. So let's get out there and get it done.
We're almost 2 miles in. We're feeling pretty good. We're also feeling like maybe we just go for 10 or 11. So we'll see. I only had 10 on the calendar, so, but 10 felt short. But it's gonna be a long training block. 8 weeks of speed, a bunch of travel, then 16 weeks of marathon, so gotta get everything I can out of this body. All right, 10 miles done. Instead of extending, I decided to close hard. So I don't know what the last mile was. However, I do know that the last like quarter mile, we ripped down to 5:30 and just tried to hold and finish strong. So I'm gonna do some strides to finish out here. Gotta train. I'm gonna do some strides to finish out here. Just get some speed in the legs. But average pace for that whole run was 7:54. So I feel pretty good about that. Like 8-ish minute pace, feels pretty smooth. It's not easy, don't get me wrong, it's not my easy pace. But I'm feeling good about how the body's reacting to stuff. And yeah, we'll do a quick weekly recap on my doorstep here in a second. All right. Ended up doing just under 11 miles because I finished my 10 and then I walked into some strides and that was just under a mile. But feeling good. That felt good. Yeah, it's you know, I'll be honest, I'm a little bit worried with how the fitness is feeling now, because sometimes, you know, I don't know that the body's supposed to feel as good as it does right now. Maybe it's because I'm healthy, maybe it's because I'm fueling, and so just in contrast, maybe it's just early in the cycle and we're injecting some speed and the body's just responding quick. you know, growing up, I was always more of a fast twitch athlete. So I may just gravitate or like respond really fast to some speed work. So TBD, we'll see kind of how the next few weeks go, but normally I don't expect to feel as quick or as good as I do right now at these paces. So, but could be a good sign. I've been really consistent for a really long time. So hopefully things are just popping into place finally, and you know, we'll watch those paces just get faster and faster. So I believe that puts me at 50, like just under 51. It's like 50.9 probably right there for the week, and probably like 7 hours, 40 minutes of just running right about there. Which like honestly is like a pretty standard week for me. One of the other things I'm a little bit concerned about is like, you know, yes, I'm doing a speed focus block right now, but ultimately I'm going to move to the marathon block after that. And I want to be comfortable with those longer distances and not necessarily have to get used to the distance in the marathon block. So I'll have to evaluate how that's going to go, and if I want to kind of keep an extra long run in. So anyway, good week though. But yeah, I guess just to wrap us up, couple of quick plugs. One, shout out Endorphin Belt. They actually ended up donating to my Tokyo charity, which was really cool of them. I'm not doing any paid work with them or anything, but I did do a post featuring them just to kind of say thank you. It wasn't, you know, a negotiated thing. They donated to my fundraiser. I thought that was really awesome, and they've sent me some gear over the last few months to test out, and I've been using it. I've been loving it. I'm probably, like, as of right now, I'm feeling like I'm probably gonna use it for the marathon. So, but yeah, a couple of quick plugs. So I am partnered up officially with Fuel Goods now. I am considered like a sponsored athlete with Fuel Goods. So I do have an affiliate link. I'm working on getting potentially like discount codes or different things for my followers, but there's a couple of things right now. So one, if you want to get a runner box, I'll put like a graphic here, right? Runner box, right? This is a subscription box for runners. So it comes with, you know, various chews, gels, snacks. You know, it's not just like for pre and during run, but also like post run, like healthy snacks, things that are high, you know, in nutrients that are going to keep you, you know, just kind of healthy and fueled. And then it also comes with sometimes like some gear. So this month it came with like a towel, right? Like a Fuel Goods branded towel. I've gotten like flasks or like massage balls, like the lacrosse ball stuff, like stuff like that. So it's a good mix. It comes every other month. I think it's like $40 if you subscribe. Rad Dad 10 actually gets you $10 off. So that's a pretty big deal, because the other thing is, by being subscribed to the box, you get $10 cash back as well that you can use towards like any other fuel on their website, right? So credit. And you get discounts. They do these flash sales for subscribers where, you know, it can be up to like 40% off of stuff on the website, and that's like on a lot of things. For me, I get precision gels, carb fuel gels, and precision powder. They're also working with a couple other brands, which I don't know if it's public yet, so I'm not going to announce it, but there's a couple of other brands that I really like that are going to be on there. So I chose to get work with them. I reached out. We met at TRE last year, but they, you know, they really like my stuff, which I really appreciate. And they've been so generous in trying to help me. You know, we did the Runner Box giveaway to raise money for Tokyo. But there's a couple of brands I asked if they would bring on, and crazy enough, they were already talking to them. So I think there are three brands that I've used in the past that I really like. And this is why, to be honest, this is partially why I left Endurelite, and why when I left, I didn't go with a supplement brand, right? Is like, when you're with a supplement brand, you can only use their supplements, or only push their supplements, which I really liked all of Endurelite stuff. I still have a bunch of stuff in my pantry, but there's other stuff that I do like. And especially some of the gels and different things and powders, like I like to mix brands. So Fuel Goods allows me to do that, which is really nice, because, you know, it's not like there's one brand I have to push. It's like, no, like I can just create I have my marathon bundle that I'll actually link in the description below as well. It has Morton solids, has Martin solids. Is it Morton? Martin. Whatever. I have the solids, Tailwind recovery powder for post-workout, precision electrolyte carb powdered mix, precision gels and carb fuel gels, right? So it's like across a bunch of brands, and as soon as some of these other brands are on there, I'll add those to my marathon bundle, and you guys will be able to just like straight up purchase. I'll see if I can get like a discount for it, right? Like if you purchase the bundle, right, then you get a big discount. But it's really like, I like them. So anyway, if you use my affiliate code right now, it gives me a 15% kickback. I'm gonna see if maybe I can give up 10% of my commission in return to give it to you guys, so you guys get 10% off and I just get a 5% kickback. Because I don't need to make a lot of money, but I do think, like, you know, I like to share what I use, and I want you guys to get a good deal. So that's what I'm considering. The other thing is Wallaco. You guys, a lot of people bought Wallaco, helping me raise money for Tokyo. I think I raised like $700 off of Wallaco commissions alone, which is insane because these are expensive, guys. Like, I'm not naive to that. These are expensive. And so they do give me a 15% kickback, I think is what it is as well. But you can get 20% off. So RadDad20 gets you 20% of Wallaco tights. This, again, the tights and the belt, most likely going to be in my marathon kit for Tokyo. Just full transparency, if a brand is willing to help cover some expenses to get me and my family to Tokyo, right, then there's a high likelihood that I have to wear their kit or something like that. I don't know, right, because I do want this to be my race. I want this to be my experience. It's also very expensive to take a family of 5 across the world, and it's more important to me that I'm able to go and take my family to that. So everything will be fully disclosed if I do partner with a brand. It's not looking likely. So most likely what I'll be wearing, again, endorphin belt, Wallaco tights, sorry for the cross shot. I'm gonna do an Greg Itahara custom singlet, right? And I think the singlet base, I'm thinking Rabbit actually. Their singlets just seem to fit me the best. So I'm thinking a Rabbit singlet, but custom painted. And then hat wise, I'm gonna see it. Endorphin belt, they're, again, like I said, they're really awesome. They gave me their hat manufacturer, so I want to see if I can slap my logo on a hat or something along those lines. And then there's a decent chance that I'll have something Fuel Goods branded, maybe like a bandana or something as well. So, but yeah, no, like, guys, I mean, fitness is coming together. I'm putting together some really strong partnerships that trust me and invest in me, which is really cool. That gets you guys good discounts on awesome gear, awesome fuel. You know, the shoe review game is what it is. Some brands send me stuff. Sometimes I buy, like, all the ASICS this year, not all of them, but like the Megablast, I just bought the Metaspeed Ray. Probably gonna buy the Metaspeed Tokyo line, both of them, as well as the Sonic Blast, because I want to test them. But, like, you know, things are going well with the review space. I'm headed to TRE the first week of December, starting to set up meetings with brands while I'm there. It's just been really cool, and I'm very, very grateful for, you know, the support. I've said it kind of back and forth, like, I don't know if I'll ever do this full time. I think it'd be really cool. I just don't know if I realistically can provide the lifestyle and flexibility for my family. The other thing is, like, this is passion, right? This is my passion, and sometimes doing passion for work doesn't always mix. So I've got a great job right now, so we're gonna keep doing both. Who knows, maybe one day I'll learn production quality and these will be better quality. So that's the goal for next year. This year was, I wanna go quantity. I wanna see if I can do 1 video per weekday for every weekday of the year, and so far we're on track. And then next year I wanna really focus on improving the production quality and making these really cool, improving my storytelling, making these a lot of fun for each and every one of you. So appreciate y'all. We're gonna go rinse off. We've got some kids' birthday parties to go to today, so we'll see ya.